Here now is Hadley Heath Manning, Independent Women's Forum senior policy analyst, and Brad Blakeman, former senior staffer under George W. Bush. Brad, how do you read into that back and forth?
Well, I think, again, it's up to the voters of Alabama to decide who the representation is going to be. But I will tell you this, the days in Washington of he may be a bum, but he's our bum are over. I'm glad that my party is standing on principle and not accepting Judge Moore on a national level. So it's really up to the people to make their own decision.
Right, but Hadley, I mean, what does that really mean? So when Sarah Sanders was pressed a whole bunch of times, she said, the president has said, you know, it's up to Alabama. He didn't go down there to campaign and support him. But if he is elected, then what?
That's the question. And I believe the White House is making a wise political move by not being overly involved in the race at this point, leaving it to voters. Let's face it, voters have to decide whom to believe in the world of politics all the time. And that's certainly going to be the case with this race in Alabama. If the accusations are true, then certainly Judge Moore doesn't belong in the U.S. Senate. But that's going to be left to the stakeholders and the decision makers, first the voters, and then, of course, our other elected representatives.
Meanwhile, Brad, Tim Scott from South Carolina has another idea. Listen to this.
The allegations are stronger than the denial, and that Roy Moore should find something else to do, which was my way of suggesting that he should not be in the race.
So you think he should step down at this point?
I certainly think that there is a strong possibility with a new candidate, a new Republican candidate, a proven conservative, that we can win that race in Alabama.
Brad, has that ship sailed?
That ship is long gone, and the senator didn't tell us who that person would be in less than 3 weeks to step up and be able to be competitive. There really is nobody else other than maybe Senator Sessions, who's now our attorney general, to come back. But even he, I don't think, would be able to pull it off. It'd be a Herculean effort on the part of Sessions. Should he do it? He's not interested. So I think for him to pull out, I think would be wrong. I think it's up to the people of Alabama to have the choice.
Hadley, you know, I almost think his personal brand, Roy Moore's personal brand, is throw the bastards out. DC's terrible. I'm outside. Everybody hates me. It almost seems like if either the president or Mitch McConnell stood up and said, get out of the race right now, that would help them at this point.
Exactly right. He's got a Trumpian style about him. Of course, he was an outsider. That's why people supported him over a more establishment Luther Strange candidate in the primary. People are fed up with what they perceive to be a lack of integrity in our institutions and public officials. And yet this challenge now comes to his integrity as an individual, as a person. And that's going to be the conflict.
Yeah, Brad, I mean, how ironic is that? She really summed it up. They're fed up with the lack of integrity in Washington, so they're willing to bet on someone whose integrity is being severely challenged here.
Well, that speaks volumes, doesn't it, about our current political state, both for Republicans and Democrats.
We'll leave it there. Kind of a depressing note, but thanks to both of you.